Bright Duty. Every student matters.
So with that, we move on to the second topic, and here we'll look at the historical origin of money. So in the first topic, we understood about barter system, and we also learned about the difficulties while that system was in use, and that difficulty gave rise to introduction of money. So in this topic, we are going to look at origin of money. Okay. So today, like I said before, we have notes, we have coins, we have paper money, and we have these coins made up of metal, which we understand as modern form of money. When we think of money, that's what we imagine, that's what we understand. But in the earlier times, before paper money, before coins were introduced, money appeared in different forms. Okay. Obviously, they first the kind of the first stage of the development of money was the barter system, right? Where there was no money used for exchange, but rather commodity. It was commodity to commodity exchange, right? I have a commodity, you have a commodity, we both need that commodity, so we exchange it. So that kind of system was part of the economic system. Alright, so money originated from that system. So at the initial stages, money was commodity money. Commodity was considered as money. Alright, and things like grain, cattle, tobacco, medicine, herbs, roots, etc. All these were used as money because commodities were considered to be money. After that, precious metals like gold, silver, copper, etc. they came to be considered as money. So initially, it was just things, the things that you use on a daily basis, whatever you have, whatever your neighbors have. So they were used as money, commodity. Later, gold, silver, copper, precious metals like that, they came to be considered as money. Okay. But when gold, silver were considered as money, it was not helpful for people. It did not benefit people because these metals were bulky and they could not be moved around in safety and they could not be easily moved around. When a cart full of gold or silver would be transported from one town to another, often the robbers and thieves would attack it and loot the cart. Alright, so it was not safe and it did not help the people. It was very unsafe. Because of these reasons, eventually over time, paper money was introduced. Now, paper money is issued by the central bank of a country. There's one central bank who is responsible for the issuance of paper money. Not everyone can just issue paper money. Not everyone can print the money. Okay, it's the central bank of a country. In India, the Reserve Bank of India is responsible for issuance of paper money. It is the Reserve Bank of India, or RBI as it is called, who are responsible for making money. No other individual or organization are permitted to issue currency or money. Alright? And today we have rupee or rupees in India, which is widely accepted as medium of exchange. So whenever we want to buy or sell, then we use rupees. The money that we use is rupees. It's called rupees. So that is accepted as the medium of exchange as money. Okay, which we can use for trade, for buying, for selling, etc. Alright. Now let us look at the role of money. What does this money do? Money eliminates the need for double coincidence of wants. So barter system had this difficulty of double coincidence of wants, right? During the use of this system, people had to make sure that their commodity was wanted by another person who was ready to sell their commodity which you wanted. right? So the want of both the people had to be considered before exchanging the commodity, which was very difficult because not all the time the commodities that you want to buy or you want to sell would be wanted by both the parties. All right. So the money eliminated this problem. Okay. And money acts as an intermediate in the exchange process. Okay. So there is you or a person. All right. And there's a product. Now money is an intermediate. You want the product. You don't have to think about whether the product needs to be sold to you. You don't have to think that you are also benefiting the product. No, you have the money and you just buy it. Nothing else. You don't have to think about anything else. Okay, so it's very easy. With money, this process of buying became very easy and money acted as intermediate between you and the product in the exchange. All right. So money became the medium of exchange, or money is a medium of exchange. Hundreds and thousands of transactions, these exchanges involve use of money in a single day. In a single day, you just look at a shop. How many times or how many people come to the shop and buy the products that the shop has, right? So there are hundreds of transactions getting involved in the buying and purchase of the products in a shop, which involves use of money. Okay. So goods and services are now exchanged for money. You want to go to a restaurant, eat a very nice meal, then you pay for it, pay for the service, pay for the thing that you are eating. All right. You want to buy nice pair of clothes. You go to the shop or the mall. You pay for the clothes, the dress, and you get it. Okay. So money is used for the exchange. Okay, money becomes the medium of exchange between you and the product, between the goods and you, or between you and the service that you receive. Okay. Now, in the use of money, in this exchange, there's also borrowing and lending transactions. So not always you are purchasing. Okay, there's also time where you borrow and you also lend. So that is also part of the exchange. Okay, that is also part of the exchange. Now the borrower promises to pay money in future. It borrows the money but promises to pay that money that he or she borrowed in future. So there is no transfer of money here. Okay, so there is a borrower, right? There is a borrower. And then this is the source from where you want to borrow. Okay. Now the borrower goes to the source, asks for loan. Okay. Asks for money that he or she can borrow for a certain amount of time. So the source gives money back. Say for example 10,000 rupees. Right. Now the borrower does not have to give anything to the source. Okay, but the borrower promises to pay the money in future. All right, so here there is no transfer of money. Transfer is from here it goes and from the source again it goes back. All right, there is no transfer between the two. There is no direct exchange. All right, so that is also part of the exchange. Money serves as a unit of account. Okay, everybody prefers payments in money. Everybody prefers payments. You work, you want to be paid in money. Okay, and that money can be exchanged for any commodity or service that you like, you want, you need. Okay, now these are the ways in which we understand what money is and its role. All right, now there are various meanings and definitions of this money. Okay, but let us see where this term money has been derived from. It has been derived from a Latin word called moneta. Okay, this moneta was a surname of the Roman goddess of Juno. Okay, and here money was coined. In the temple of this goddess, money was coined. Okay, so from moneta it became money. Okay, so if we have to simply understand what money is, then we say rupee is the money in India, right? That is the currency. Dollar in the USA and pound in England. Okay, this is the simplified definition or understanding of money. Alright, but there are definitions. There are some definitions which define what money is. Let us look at some of the definition. The first one is legal defining of money. So legal definition, what does it mean legally? Money is anything what the law accepts as a medium of exchange. So anything that the law accepts as a medium of exchange is called legal definition of money. Okay, here the government plays a very important role. The government announces, the government declares what a money is, and that becomes widely accepted by the people of a country as a medium of exchange. Okay, so the currency, which is notes and coins, right, which we use, that becomes the legal tender money, the money which has been legally sanctioned, legally permission has been given by the government for its use as a medium of exchange. That is why it's called legal tender money. Alright. The second definition is functional definition of money. So money can be defined on the basis of functions it performs. What functions does money perform? On the basis of that it can be defined. So the definition can be anything that is generally accepted as a means of exchange and at the same time acts as a measure and a store of value. Okay, so this is the definition of money depending or on the basis of its function. Okay, the third one is called narrow and broad definitions of money. So obviously here one is called narrow money, the other is called broad money. Let's look at them. Narrow definition of money is based upon its medium of exchange function. So narrow is based upon the medium of exchange function, and here only currency notes and coins are included in money. So in the narrow, when we say narrow money, it means currency notes and coins, the ones that we use. Now broad definition of money includes some other things, okay, not currency notes and coins, but it includes deposits at the bank, the money that you deposit at the bank, the money that you deposit at post offices. Those are defined as broad definition of money. Okay, here the financial asset, the financial asset which you deposit in the banks and in the post office, they are highly liquid. They are not cash. Okay, they are liquid money. You have it in the bank account. It reflects in numbers. They are liquid. You can't touch it. Okay. So these are broad and narrow definitions of money. Now, if we want to look at how many kinds of money are there, there are three kinds of money. Okay. Now let us look at them. The first one is called standard money. Standard money is basically legal tender money. Legal tender money, we know, are currency, notes and coins, and these are declared by the government, and their use as a medium of exchange is widely accepted. Okay, so this standard money, which is notes and coins that we use, no one can refuse to accept it. It is universally accepted within a country. Okay, now even the standard money is of two types. One is paper notes and the other is coins. Now both of them together are called currency, paper and coins. When we say currency, it's not only the note. Okay, it's not only the coin, but together they form the currency of a country. Now they are also called fiat money because it acts as a money under the fiat or order from the government. So this currency is made or introduced under the order of the government. So the government orders and the money is made and it is widely accepted as medium of exchange and no one can refuse its use. Okay. Now, when we look at coins, they are also of two types. One is full-bodied coins and the other is token coins. Let us look at full-bodied coins. Now, full-bodied coins are those coins whose face value or value as money is equal to its metallic value. Like for example, silver coins, right? So there was a time where gold, silver coins, copper coins were used as medium of exchange, right? Now the silver coins, okay, the silver coins were used as currency, but at the same time it had its own value attached to it as well because it's a metal, right? It's silver. So those kind of coins are called full-bodied coins because its value as a money is equal to its metallic value. All right, and it's valuable for non-monetary purposes as they were for monetary uses. So the value of these full-bodied coins were twofold. There were two reasons of it being valuable. One for monetary purposes, for buying, selling, purchasing, and the other is it could be used for non-monetary purposes also because of its value as being the metallic coin made up of silver or gold, etc. Okay, so it had value for non-monetary purposes as well as monetary purposes. All right. Now the second kind of money is called bank money. All right. Now bank money is also called credit money. Now bank money refers to bank deposits, the deposits that we make in any bank, which can be withdrawn by means of bank checks and bank drafts. So when we deposit the money, it becomes bank money, and that deposits can be withdrawn by using bank checks and bank drafts whenever we want. Okay. So anyone who has deposited money with a bank has the right to withdraw it at any time he or she likes. Okay. Just because you have deposited doesn't mean you cannot withdraw it. You cannot take it out. You can withdraw it and take it out anytime you like. You have the right to do that. Okay. The bank can never stop you. All right. So for this kind of withdrawal, right, or deposit, the bank generally gives checkbooks to the depositors, to the people who deposits. All right. So deposits are subject to transfer by checks or otherwise. So the deposits which are made in the bank, they are done in the form of checks, and there are other ways of doing it too. Right? We use passbooks. There are many other ways for the deposit to make. Now the checks which the bank gives to the depositors to make the deposit, they are not money. Check is not money. Okay, but it is the instrument by which the ownership of demand deposits is transferred from one person to another. Checks are not money, but checks are instruments. Okay, it acts as these very important instruments which can be used to transfer the ownership, okay, of the deposit from one person to another. Like for example, I have money. I have to give some amount of money to you. So I would write a check of 10,000 rupees and I would deposit it, and that money would be transferred to you. So this here what we see is that check is not money. Check money is in a liquid form, in numbers in the bank account, right? But check is acting as a instrument, as an important instrument to make the transfer of ownership of the deposit from me to you. All right. Bank money is also called fiduciary money. All right. Because checks are accepted by the bank on the basis of trust. So the bank has the right to trust and not trust you when you use the check. If the bank does not trust you, okay, if the bank thinks that you are trying to lie, you are trying to fool the bank members, then the bank can reject the check. Okay, so the bank can also work according to the trust. All right, the checks are accepted depending on the trust that the bank has on the depositor. All right, the third kind of money is called near money. Near money is highly liquid assets. These are liquid assets. These are not cash, not currency, okay, which can easily be converted into cash on short notice, such as time deposits, treasury bills, etc. So near money are liquid cash or liquid assets, okay. Now these liquid assets can be converted into cash. So this kind of money is called near money. They do not serve as a medium of exchange, okay. They need to be first converted into demand deposits before they are used for any exchange. Alright, so these were the main types of money.